Okay, this is going to be a reading for Cancer. It's your weekly love reading, okay? So I will get 3 cards for how you're feeling in this first week of September, 3 cards for how your person's feeling, and then 3 cards for the outcome. I'll clarify why they feel the way that they feel, get messages from them, and I'll get you some advice from Spirit, okay? So Spirit Guides, Universe and Angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Cancer Collective's highest good, okay? How are they feeling about this connection in the first week of September? Give me 3 cards, please. So I've got a combination. Temperance, trying to manage your emotions. Strength, managing emotions but taming anger. Trying to be strong. The Ace of Cups and Judgment. So this is definitely with regards to love. You know, this is an abundance of feelings for someone. This is plenty to nourish something to grow. This overwhelming emotion because you're really trying to balance your emotions, and it's culminating in judgment. You see, like, the water beneath the stairs is it's absolutely like, it's like a tidal wave of emotion, and then down here you have like a cemetery, you know, so that's like buried feelings or things, you know, from the past, or bringing things up from the dead. We've got a forest. It says that this, you know, either been a previous cycle or something's going to be revitalised, revived, or give me a minute to think about judgment, because there could be like different ways. Like, I mean, it looks very, very positive, to be honest. It doesn't look, with all that emotion, you're trying to tame yourself, but you feel in love. Yeah, Temperance is like realisation. Here we go, Judgment. Awakening, purpose, reckoning, self-assessment, atonement, rejuvenation. Answering the call to action creates new opportunity. A need to balance priorities when making choices. Yeah, it's you feel excuse me, you feel that you need to act. So perhaps that you're judging yourself for not putting love first previously, or you're trying to act on love but try to find a balance with it. It's something about understanding that your approach or your prioritization to do with love. So you're either making it a huge priority, or you're trying to not like overly focus on it. Does that make sense? Like, it's obviously like a huge deal for you, but you try not to be overwhelmed. I think that's more, you know, you don't want your whole life to be revolving around this one thing if you've got other priorities or things you should be focusing on in 3D. So, but it feels overwhelming, you know, like it's a struggle. So let's get another card. Perhaps we can get some context here. Ace of Swords. I think all this emotion's bubbling up. I think I was on the right track to start with. And you're going to have to make a confession about how you feel. I think you've got to say, because the Ace of Swords is truth, confession, coming out with the facts. It's not, you know, there's no hidden agenda. It's a very honourable, like, valiant thing to do, is to, you know, whatever you're going to speak is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And it's a big deal. So I feel like you have these overwhelming emotions and you finally got to say something. You've got to speak your truth, right? We've got the Six of Pentacles, which is about balance, trying to find a balance. Oh, the Ten of Swords, which is like that person is a skeleton with swords right from the feet up to the head and one through the eye socket. Like, there's more swords to come if need be. It's like that is dead and done. Do you know what I mean? That person's absolutely floored by that. And the Six of Cups is a soul connection. It's nostalgia. So I think there was an ending, and you feel that, you know, you need to speak your truth, that this is somebody who you shared a really strong soul connection with, and you can't recover from the fact that this is over. Like, you need to speak your truth. And you're completely in love with them, you know. Whatever time's passed, you haven't moved on. It's overwhelming. Okay. Let's get 3 cards for your person then, Cancer. The High Priestess. Right, so the High Priestess is, that's about religion, tradition, conservative beliefs, you know, marriage. Let me just check, see if I can get anything else out of that for you. The High Priestess. So this is your person's feelings in regards to what's gone on. You've got all this overwhelming emotion, you know, that you just can't, you're trying to like control yourself, but it's not really working. Come on, where's the High Priestess? Okay. Trust your own counsel first. Again, we've got 2, which is a number of balance, duality, fairness. Change, fluctuation, wisdom, sound judgment, common sense, awareness, intuition. Right, yeah, Priestess suggests religion, being in touch with, making a fair judgment, having a spiritual or religious guide. Being judged. So it's very similar, isn't it? Because you've got judgment and they've got the High Priestess, which is the equivalent to judgment. So they're also thinking about this. I mean, the Ace of Swords is information, but it's also coming up with ideas. It's intelligent. It's like, how can we find balance so that this can work? So, oh, look what they've got. Damn. See, that I know that they're vines because I know these illustrations, but that almost looks like barbed wire to me. It's mad. That's so the Eight of Swords is someone who's in a self-imposed imprisonment. It's mental imprisonment. Okay, so they feel trapped, even though they're not. And you're coming up with an idea how this can be more balanced or how this can work, right? So there's a lot of mental and emotional energy in this, which is definitely like points to like this was a breakup from a relationship and you're in separation. And it's like deep contemplation, you know. The Hanged Man, putting yourself in suspense, being still, trying to find a new perspective, what they've just been saying. The Five of Cups is grief. It's being regretful over what's lost. The Five of Wands is in a conflict, so it seems like they haven't come up with any solutions, but nor have they moved on. This couldn't be any more mirrored. Like, you're both in the same state of like, I need to think this through, I need to make the best decision, I want to find fairness, I'm sorry that this is over. So that's the good thing, is that they're mirroring what you're going through, right? That's what you want to know when you're, you know, not knowing what's going on with your person. So let's get 3 cards for the outcome. The Magician is a good sign because that is somebody who believes that they can make this work. They believe, you know, that there's a shining light there, like, I've got the solution, right? I've got the tools to make this work. So that's one that wants to make it work. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles is reflecting on what you had, what you had already cultivated, what you had already planted, and what had already grown. This is looking good, but I don't know it's your energy or theirs yet. Could be, because you're mirroring one another, it could be joint. The Four of Pentacles, right, and the Four of Swords is taking much needed respite. It's keeping your cards close to your chest. Your defences are up and you're taking some much needed rest, because this is an ordeal going through all this. So what I want to do, because that's outcome cards, I don't know if that's your emotions, their emotions, or both, but it seems that you're coming up with a way to find balance where they're just like getting tossed around in the turmoil. So I'd say it's you with the Magician energy. Let's get a card for the High Priestess. Why are they in the High Priestess? Trying to follow their intuition, use wise judgment. Health issues could arise. Okay, so they're highly stressed, depressed or anxious. So they're trying to think about what is the right thing to do for themselves, for their own health. Let's get one for the Eight of Swords. divorce, experiencing a breakup. So they had that for the mental imprisonment. I mean, that doesn't really tell us too much because that's like afterwards. Yeah, it tells us that because they were going through the breakup, they couldn't stop thinking about it. It's not like they were carefree and like living life. They were burdened by it. Okay, so let's get one for the Hanged Man. It's a combination of the Hanged Man, the Five of Cups, and the Five of Wands, which is like, you know, total conflict of emotions and like trying to find a new perspective. I think, you know, the thing you can take from this is that they're definitely not with a clean conscience or without emotion. They're not, you know, without struggle. Mental and emotional conflict is all over this. So getting a new pet, giving a current pet more love. Well, I see that as, you know, puppy love, like when you first meet someone. So they're in the Hanged Man, like, basically wondering whether they should just do that or, like... But they're in, like, grief over you and totally conflicted, like... You know, sometimes people give poor advice and they're like, oh, well, like, you know, get a new one to get over the last one. Or people are desperate, so they start thinking like that. Like, I need to distract myself with, you know, anything, like... new or flirt with someone or something, but it often makes them feel worse after because it's not giving them what they needed. So they're headed for a big fall if they even pursue that. Okay, so the Magician. Give me one for these outcome cards then, because these are quite positive. The Magician is someone who feels that they've got a solution to make this work. You're both mirroring one another with this like real struggle. Intimacy, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. So it's either that you feel you have really strong intimacy and connection with this person, and that if you meet up with them, you know, they'll not be able to say no, kind of thing, or maybe there was an issue over how much intimacy you were having together in the relationship, you know, and you're willing to compromise over that. Intimacy is involved over this, okay. We've got a very reflective energy, so looking back at what's already been cultivated. Yeah, manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want, and date night, get ready to be winding down. So somebody definitely wants this. They want to come back together. You know, they feel that there's a deep level of romance, of connection, of spark, of closeness, and that is not something to throw away. Now, I feel that's you because you've got the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia. It's feeling like you've known someone. It's thinking about the past. So I feel like this is your energy and that you want to meet up with this person, or you want them to, you know, suggest a meeting up. Now we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is the miser, and it's someone that's keeping money or emotions like possessively to themselves. They're not putting resources out there, they're not feeling generous, they're holding on to what they've got, and they're taking some much needed respite. So let's it's a sense of preservation. Yes, luck is on your side. I mean, the clarification cards are coming out positively. That could literally be about pets. It could be grieving if there were pets involved in your relationship. You know, they're a member of the family as well. It's like having children There's a lot of responsibility involved. You get a lot of emotion, reciprocal emotion from them, so it could have involved pets, which is what's, you know, making this even more painful. It doesn't necessarily mean that they were thinking about a new love, or not new love, even like new lust, but you know, it could be that there was pets involved. It looks positive, but I can't tell if it's both of your energies for those outcome cards. They're certainly distressed. They're very, very distressed and mixed emotions about this. Give me one for health, please, for their feelings. I'm ready. That's the Fool. 0 is like a reset. It's like a new leap of faith into... See, that was with regards to the High Priestess, and health issues could arise. 8 of Swords is like mental entrapment over the breakup. Give me one for that then, please. Yes. I don't understand, because it's like, which way are they thinking? Like, get back together, or it's right to be apart? Which one are they thinking? Listen to your heart. Right, give me one for pets, please, because we have the Hanged Man, the 5 of Cups, which is grief and loss. Reach out. See, that's really good, because that looks like the Ace of Swords, which is like what you had. It's like they're going through the emotions a little bit later than you, but they're coming up with the same thing, which is like, I want to reach out. Do you even care? This is going well, because this says to me that they can't stop thinking about you. They feel the loss, and they want to know if you're thinking about them too. So now I can say that this is both of you, okay? That should meet up and discuss how you can find balance, okay? What is it that there needs to be more of? Does there need to be more intimacy, or was that the strength and there's something else there needs to be more of? Open, honest communication between the two of you. What can make this work? Give me one for intimacy, please. I just want space. Maybe someone's wanting to be, you know, like together all the time, and the other person's like, no, I need space. Or someone's saying, I need more intimacy. See, 6 is a card of balance. You see the 6 of Pentacles is like trying to find balance. It's the scales that things are being weighed up. So there's some kind of imbalance. Intimacy, sexual chemistry, reminiscing. I just want space. That was with the Magician. Maybe people need like space, you know, to like miss you, and then it's not like a game, it's just allowing them to experience life if you weren't there, and like get clarity. You know, it's like, it's not necessarily a naughty thing to do, it's just getting clarity. This is looking really good, guys, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes people have time apart and they come back together stronger, you know. Manifest, tell the universe exactly what you want, date night. 7 of Pentacles is reflective energy. It's looking back at what was already cultivated and being like, I don't want to lose that. You already know. You know this person's going to get in touch, or you're going to get in touch, and it'll be received well. If if you're wondering whether to get in touch or not, the I just want space card, you know, if they were feeling like that, I would let them get back in touch with you. I just feel like that one wants to come out, but I'm not going to force it. I want it to fly out. Seeing as everything about this is balance. Sex. I told you sex is involved in this. Words do hurt. Okay, so was there some sort of like... There could have been a really light-hearted laugh or giggle or snigger or something that was said or done, but it's made someone embarrassed, or some kind of lack of validation over sexual performance, or someone saying, oh, I'm not feeling it, you know, like batting stuff off with a sort of... I think a very sensitive issue is sex and sexual performance, sex drive, lack of sex drive. Stress has a big impact on, and people can have different levels, well, people do have different levels of libido, sex drive. It's not necessarily that something's going on to affect it and it's temporary, like people just are highly sexual or it's less of a thing for them. At the beginning of a relationship, emotions are spiked, so, you know, you're in that infatuation period. It seems like you both have a high sex drive, but that always, like, falls away after, like, 6 months. And then, you know, certainly after a year, you understand who's got what kind of sex drive, and it's not a reflection on how much somebody likes you. But it's like, oh, does this match? Like, you tend to get a sense of, like, what someone's level is in terms of sex drive, how frequently they want to have sex, what their sexual style is, if they are really sensitive to things going on with them and that reduces libido. For example, stress at work or an argument. Some people get a kick out of make-up sex. I wouldn't want the person anywhere near me. I'd be extremely hurt, and there's no way anyone's coming near me, especially because I love them. I can't be like that with you when I'm upset, and until I know we've sorted this out on a real level, I don't want to be like that with you, because it means being vulnerable, being emotional. You know, I don't feel happy, so why would I want to be like that with you? Like, it's very important to listen to each other's emotions, be communicating, care about each other's day, take care of one another. But if you're not having a high libido due to work, it's on you to, like, get your ducks in a row, get things addressed, and then be there to be intimate with your partner, because they're going to think there's something wrong with the relationship. They're going to think that you don't fancy them anymore. They're going to think that you don't want to have sex with them because you've met someone else, or, you know, your mind goes to so many different places, and it's scary. And if you don't get reassurance or some kind of explanation from somebody, if you don't get communication, you're just left to guess, and it really knocks your confidence and makes you think there's something wrong. The relationship's on its way out. Like, it's horrible for the other person. So whilst you might be stressed, you know, your person is just thinking the worst and feeling the worst, and their confidence goes down, and it is a downward spiral. So you best believe that communication's necessary, and you need to validate your person with some kind of intimacy, like lots of pillow talk, cuddling. If you don't feel like performing, you need to still be intimate with them, like emotionally, you know, take care of them, like fuss over them, like show them, like, you know, literally say, like, it's just that I don't have a high sex drive right now, and I don't even know why, but I'm, like, crazy about you. And, you know, do you want a massage, or do you want a cuddle, or, like, you know, I really love that we have our relationship, and I'm so happy with you, and you are beautiful, and, like, compliment them, and, like, make sure that they understand, like, it's not that you're thinking about ending it, or it's not that you're thinking about another person, because it is really, really, it really affects the both of you. You are one entity when you're in a relationship, and you deserve to be noticed and explained to when someone is being distant. You need that, because it's going to finish it. It's a ticking time bomb. People will be patient, but they will be thinking all kinds of stuff like, what is going on here? And it's a huge deal breaker, like, going forward for some people. They can't, they can't rectify that being how things are going to be, for the rest of the relationship. So sex and intimacy is a big thing in this reading. So this is resonating. Take my advice, because I've been the person that, is not getting their needs met. And it's not about cheap thrills. It's about being close with your partner emotionally and feeling that they're not into you anymore, or that they're cheating, or they're considering, doing more of a companionship, and they want to, like, have all the financial benefits and, like, closeness of living with someone, but you're actually feeling dead distant from them, and it's just not going to work. So you've got to inform your partner so they can make a choice as well, because for some people, like, they need that. It's not a desire, a cheap, empty desire. It's actually, like, for emotional connection, to feel valued, so their self-esteem doesn't go down, and, like, they don't feel bad about themselves, because it is, like, how your partner's been with you reflects on, like, how you feel about yourself, and, like, whether they find you attractive. Like, if they're the person that's in a union with you and you're deeply loyal to them, it can be really lonely, because you're being loyal to them, but you're not getting noticed by them, you're not getting any validation, It's not really fair on them, And if that happens for a few months or 6 months, but you have a lot of conversation about it, and you remain really close, and the thing is, if someone, like, continued to make commitments and leveled up the commitment, you'd think, okay, we're solid. And if this is just for a while, like, I can cope with it, or, I can compromise and, like, just have, like, less intimacy. But if they weren't levelling up and they weren't deepening commitment with you, or it just wasn't making you feel good, you've got to be honest with yourself and say, like, I'm sorry, that isn't going to be something that fulfills me, like, and I've just got to be honest with myself, because it's hurting me, because it's not a shallow thing, it's making love. So if you're not making love to your partner, and you're treating them like a friend when you're, like, really quite young, that's not okay, is it? I think it's so difficult for people to admit when they're stressed or depressed as well, because they feel like it's a weakness. But it's actually the explanation for your partner as to, like, why things aren't how they were. Or you've got to go, I'm sorry, like, love, like, my sex drive is lower than yours. I know you're stunning. You are absolutely stunning. Like, you couldn't be any more attractive to me. And you've got to, like, convince them, because, like, you don't deserve to keep the person if you're, damaging how they feel about themselves. You don't deserve to keep them, because that's damaging their self-esteem and their self-worth. Okay. So really think about these issues when you're saying, yeah, I can make it work. What part have you played in this? Why is it playing out like that? And how can things go forward? I don't feel that this was based off, you know, I don't feel like this was like all ones because everything we've got is cups. I feel like there's a lot of feelings and emotions and value here, like deep value. It's not, you know, just being like sleeping together vibe, it's soul connection. So there's a lot precious in this, that's why you're both grieving it and both conflicted, right? So let's get another one for yes. Luck is on your side. There's a lot to lose, so that's why you're both thinking it through, you know? Look, this is positive. Look, I lie awake thinking about our future. The Four of Wands is a house, it's a public relationship, it's a home, it's marriage, it's strength, like it's four walls to a house, four legs to a chair, it's stability. So they want stability, you want stability. I just want you all the time. Eight of Cups, separation. Eight of Wands is forward progress. Eight of Swords is mental imprisonment, can't stop thinking about it. Eight of Pentacles is building future. Eight's a great number to be having right now. You are both like in deep sorrow and you both want it to work. That's the great news here. Let's get you some advice. Spirit, what is your advice for Cancer, please? Ambition. Set your sights beyond the horizon. Okay, so what is it that you want far into the future? Take your focus off the day to day. What are the goals going forward? Give each other space. Let them come to you if they're the one that finished it. Honest and open communication. What is it that you'd both like to achieve in the future and work towards it, okay? Use this as a re-strengthening of the connection that you have, which is clearly beautiful. It's all cups here, it's all cups and swords. So this is a very true kind of connection. It's a very deep, meaningful connection. Use this as a reset, a re-strengthening, a rebirth, you know, relaunch this relationship and solidify it. Come together, okay? I hope this helps you, and I hope that it's the news that you were looking for. I'm sure it will be for a lot of people. I do not choose the cards that come out, okay? Because you could tell I was like trying to find which way this is going to go. And it's because you're both honestly like soul searching. Do you know what I mean? So give it a like if it resonates. Follow, subscribe, repost, favourite it. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Thank you so much for all your support for the channel, and check out any other readings that you might have missed, because I posted pretty much every day for all the signs over the summer, so there's like all kinds of stuff, and not just love, there's like all kinds of readings, okay? I've done things like what's your spirit animal, what's your true life's purpose. I've done a Native American medicine wheel, where I probably need to do another one of those actually. But I'm going back to work now. I'm a teacher, high school teacher, so I'm going back to work, so I'm going to have to make sure that I balance my own priorities here, and I probably will go back to, I'll try and do bonus readings if it's, you know, the holiday periods, but during a like normal term time, I'll probably just do one weekly love reading for each of the signs, and I'll try to do a daily Taurus reading. But yeah, I've literally posted like prolifically over the summer, so make sure you scroll back. Check out the readings for your moon sign, your rising sign if you know those, your other placements. Check out your cusp. So this is Cancer, so Gemini or Leo could resonate as well, you know, the next sign along. If you're at the beginning or the end of your season, you could be a cusper, okay? So you can get some other information, some other ideas from those readings. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good week.